So, as Jennifer just mentioned, the U.S. has deployed CENTCOM troops to the Middle East to help monitor the Israel-Hamas peace deal. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper praised President Trump's peace negotiation efforts, saying, quote, "America's sons and daughters in uniform are answering the call to deliver peace in the Middle East in support of the Commander-in-Chief's direction in this historic moment. This great effort will be achieved with no U.S. boots on the ground in Gaza." Let's bring in retired United States military General Dana Pittard. General Pittard, it occurred to me that as daunting as the prospects for peace between Israel and Hamas might seem, there was a time, 60 or 80 years ago, when peace between the United States and Germany or Japan would have seemed impossible. And look how things have changed.
Well, good afternoon, John. I agree with you. I mean, this is really amazing. And it can only be done by, the indispensable nation, that's America. And right now with President Trump, who, with his relations with Israel, his relations with allies in the Middle East, was able to really get this done and putting pressure on Israel, but also pressure on Hamas. It is amazing. And this is something that will go down in history.
Yeah, he was pretty blunt with Hamas in saying that they needed to release the hostages now or face some pretty dire consequences. Apparently, they got the message.
I think they did. Now, the ceasefire is just a start. And ideally, the ceasefire will be the foundation of a peace agreement, maybe even lasting peace. And that would be great. The right things are happening. First of all, the release of the hostages and then the hostage remains by Hamas, and then the release from Israel of the Palestinians that are currently incarcerated in Israeli prisons and those detained. And then looking at the broader picture as far as reconstruction and getting our Gulf allies and regional allies to be a part of that reconstruction. And then the International Stabilization Force, which the U.S. would be a part of. And the U.S. is going to be a key part of that with logistics, intelligence, civil military kind of operations, and help with that overall. And ideally, that International Stabilization Force will be led by a general from the region. From Egypt or UAE or some other country.
But it's my understanding that as the Israeli troops are pulling back, that Hamas is sending, police officers, if you will, in uniform into those areas to sort of try to assert control. The whole idea is that Hamas is not supposed to be able to govern the Gaza Strip in the future, isn't it?
Concur. However, there has to be some level of control and security in the region before or in Gaza before the stabilization force arrives as Israeli troops withdraw, or you'll have even more chaos. So to an extent, that's understandable. It's a question whether or not they are Hamas. You can say that every part of what was Gaza was run by Hamas, but these are not Hamas fighters. These are the security apparatus and police that were there. But, it's a slippery slope. The sooner that the International Stabilization Force can get there, and the sooner that there is some level of Palestinian control that's not Hamas is there in Gaza, the better.
I want to play again Steve Witkoff, one of the president's envoys, talking about what brought us to this point. Listen.
In the worst of times, he refused to accept the idea that peace in the Mideast was out of reach. He showed the world that strength and peace go hand in hand. They are not opposites, they are partners.
So, as you say, the president carried a pretty big stick, really, with both sides in these negotiations.
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen that historically, Pax Romana, when the Roman Empire had peace for centuries, Pax Britannica, now Pax Americana, which it goes hand in hand, strength and diplomacy, if you're going to really have peace.
Yeah. they can achieve it in the Middle East, maybe Ukraine is next. Get the Russian invasion over with. General
That would be great.
Petarch. Yeah, it would be. All right. Thank you, General.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.